Welcome back to the channel, and I've been waiting to do this video for quite some time, and now is the time because this right here is a Griffin Co Scout Medic, and whenever I received the version 1, they were out of stock, so I didn't want to do a video and y'all couldn't buy it, but these are going to be released at the time this video goes live, so if you want one, definitely don't hesitate because I don't know how many they're doing, but this right here, like I said, is the version 1. I was wearing this one as a neck knife. Comes with a little ball chain, nice little kydex sheath with a push-off point. And the original ones had the blasted stonewash finish, which I like the look of, but it leaves it open for corrosion. So he had made it a little upgrade to the version 2. This particular one has the titanium scales. They offer several different scale options. We'll check out this one. And it's also wearing a sweet combat beads micarta bead. That is the other side of Griffin Co. is combat beads. And they do some super cool beads. Some very intricate ones with some titanium in the middle with the micarta on the outside, but that's how I got this one set up. And I gotta say, my wife has been stealing these from me because they're just handy. They're not over cumbersome or anything, but this is the one we're talking about, being this is the one that is going to be released. So like I said, this one had, let me show you real quick. This one has the blasted stonewash finish, which I like the looks of, like I said, but it's not the best for corrosion. The blade steel on these is S35VN, but the new ones have the raw stonewash. The OEM to these is Best Technized, and they do a phenomenal job. This one looks good, and it's gonna fight corrosion a lot better than the blasted stonewash finish, and it hides wear better as well. So let me put this one back in its kydex sheath, and I want to show you how I've been carrying this one. Same kydex sheath, same nice little push-off point. You got a little drainage hole, and you got some lashing points. I've been carrying it with this Ulti-Clip. This is the 3x3, I think. The only problem is if you're going to do this, you're going to have to find some screws. I used some screws with some nuts because these grommet holes aren't your standard size because it's such a small sheath. So you just have to find something if you decide to carry it like this. I've been clipping this one to the pocket. The other one I've been carrying as a neck knife. This is a small little pocket fixed blade. It's a great little neck knife. Drop in the pocket. Depending on the sheath system you use, you could use the kydex. Just drop it in the pocket. It'd be perfectly fine. And for me, those two means of concealment or carry is the way that I've been enjoying it the most. Clipped to the side of the pocket. This one's been getting carried the most when my wife hadn't stole it from me. So you have the little fullers on both sides just for aesthetic purposes with the Griffin Co on the inside right here. Nice functional jimping up top. Very nice. Gives you a nice little purchase. Got a good sharpening choil that's going to give you some sharpening light before it starts to widen up back there. Love that stonewash finish. You got some pretty thin blade stock thickness at 0.098, which is awesome because you want this thing to be as slicey as it can be because that's all it's going to be good for is, do a quick little cut. It has a decent height flat grind that comes down to around 16 thousandths behind the edge. That coupled with the thin blade stock, it should make it perform pretty darn well. You got a nice little needle-like point right there for either doing drag cuts like that, or if you had to puncture into something lightly, you could do it. Full tank construction, obviously, and I think we should see what this little guy can handle. The knife came really sharp out of box, and being that it's such a little blade, of course, this is going to be something that you're going to make a quick cut with. It's a convenient little blade, and you're going to put it away. It's not going to be something you're going to sit there for hours chopping. Now, like I said, it came really sharp, but unfortunately, my wife got a hold of this little blade to do a little bit of cutting up some cardboard that they were using for their boutique. And it didn't have a fresh edge on it. I kind of stropped it a little bit, so it could have performed even better. That's all I'm trying to say. And I think she's taken a liking to it. So we're going to test. We're basically testing the ergos and see how much you can actually do with this this size of blade. I got to say, it felt pretty good. Now, you know, this would be good for making some very fine feather sticks. And I'm just trying to see how much force I can actually get into the wood. And I was actually kind of surprised, being that you have the longer handle. You can get a decent bit of power. You're not going to want to do it for a long period of time, obviously, because it's definitely going to fatigue your wrist, forearms, and stuff like that. But can you do this? You know, say if this is what you had on you while you were at a campsite or something, yeah, you could do the quick feather stick with it as long as you had a good sharp edge on it. And I want to show that this is another thing you could easily do with it. I got a good grip like this in this pull. I don't know what you'd call this grip, but you can really make some pretty strong cuts this way, like if you need to make a notch or something. And you could do feather sticks in this manner as well. I think I show it in just a second. Had a lot of control. Yeah, here it is. And I could really watch that edge to see how it was, you know, get the right edge to do feather sticks. And once again, this is something you would maybe, I doubt you'd ever even cut something like this with this type of blade, but I didn't want to do a whole bunch of this. It's just not the knife to do it with, but we did like 10 of them, and you know, it did them. I was trying to decide which grip I wanted to hold it in. For this type of stuff, pushing really hard, you know, in that pinch grip would probably be the best, because I tried doing it in that pencil grip. You can do it, but it's easier in that manner, the way I'm holding it now. But definitely capable. I got to say, I was very, very impressed. And doing this type of stuff, doing drag cuts into things, making a quick, you know, tracing out of something, cutting some string, opening packages, breaking down a box or two. And look, even this dense tubing, it was able to handle it fairly well. Dense cardboard board, no problem. So definitely not shying away from, you know, the normal tasks that I do. Like I said, I didn't do as many as I normally do, but definitely was very impressed, especially knowing my wife used it before I did. So definitely loved the little guy. Something else cool that they make are these drivers. This one is in micarta. Talk about some very nice work here. I have the aluminum version as well, like this. These little knobs right here offer so much grip, and the micarta is super light. Excellent, would work excellent in an EDC pouch or something like that. And it's got a nice, strong magnet in there. Very nice 1/4-inch bits. Nice spinny right there, so you can grip it in your palm. Yeah, super high quality stuff. Everything that I've ever gotten from them just been super, super high quality. And everybody else that's ever bought anything will say the same. So, whenever I was doing the cutting, I was actually pretty surprised, because it's like I said, it's a small knife. It's only 5 inches overall, but it has the longer handle, so I can get about a 3.5 finger grip for my medium-sized hands. I put a bead on the end of it so I can have something else to grab a hold to make it feel like a 4-finger grip knife. That bead right there is a Westinghouse micarta bead that I made a long time ago, and I thought it went okay with this. It's a little big for this knife, but I just wanted something on there to grab a hold to. Like I said earlier, they have tons of different scale options. This particular one is the canvas, the natural canvas micarta. It's nice and contoured. Now, it is pretty thin, but that keeps it nice and thin in the pocket, thin in the hand, just like I said, to make that quick cut. The scale thickness is coming in at 0.335. And I was more than shocked whenever I was doing the wood shaving and stuff like that, because I have a good enough purchase to where I was able to get a good bit of pressure into that wood. Now, you know, prolonged cutting like that, of course, it's gonna fatigue your wrists, it's gonna fatigue your forearms, because you're really squeezing tightly on there. But whenever I started doing those pull cuts like that, or the I don't know what you'd call that, where you're pulling it through like that, It's very easy to control because I can pinch the knife in that manner and do that, or do a pull cut like that. So you'd be surprised on what such a small little blade can do. Your total blade length is only 1.65 inches, but it's very useful. You have, like I said, of course, you have a little lanyard spot right here. You do have some texture right there. I guess it's giving you a little bit of grip back here. Not something I even really noticed. You got somewhat of a little guard right there into the handle. The scales are shadow boxed on there, and bolt-on construction just in case you need to clean off underneath there, or if you want to swap, buy some extra scales for yours so you can swap it depending on what you're doing. But yeah, once again, another very high quality product coming from Griffin Co. I think it's super cool that he went with a whole line of knives with this design. The first one y'all saw on the channel was the Griffin Co Scout F3, and another one that I absolutely love. Look, it dwarfs if you put it, it dwarfs it. And this is I think the medium sized one that's in the line. There's a smaller one that's coming out next, I think, and I'm going to check that one out as well. So super cool. And let's get a quick weight just so you can have an idea. I never noticed I had it around my neck or clipped to the pocket. Let's see. I got the bead on there. So that 34.7 grams or 1.1 ounces. Let's go with the sheath. But you got to keep in mind it does have the Alti clip. But even with all that, let's see. 1.82 ounces. Yeah. Here's a quick size reference with the Spyderco Dragonfly 2 and the QSP Mini Penguin, and the CJRB Mini Pyrite and the Civivi Baby Banner Warning. So, capable little blade. You know, it's not going to be a survival knife or anything like that, but if you need something to make a quick cut, this is not going to scare anybody, and more than likely they're going to want to use it. Now, as long as I can keep my wife away from this, I will continue to enjoy this one. I'll let her use the other one from time to time. I will say, I was trying to decide which scale options I like better, the micarta or the titanium. Now, it's just going to depend on how light you like your knives. This one, I kind of like the titanium a little bit better just because it gives it a little bit extra heft to it. So you can really feel like you got something substantial in the hand. Let's see what the difference is on these two with the tie. Now, they do have the beads, like I said, so you just have to... So let's call that 1.1111 and 1.47. So still super, super lightweight. Overall, if you get something from Griffin Co, it's going to be top notch, high quality stuff. And if you want one of these, like I said, you better snag it because I'm sure they didn't do a huge run of these. And the last time these were up, it was a good while ago. So definitely cool. Let me know what y'all think down below. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, please leave them down below. I hope everybody's having an absolute amazing day. And I will see y'all on the next one. Peace.